Hey, and welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. It is launch day. It is the best day of the summer here as we begin our study of planet Earth together with you. Now today we're starting week number 1, and this is called the inner core, where it all began. And the full center of this, I really wanted to have that texture, so we're going to be playing with back posts and front posts as we get slightly bigger in order to do this. So it's going to be a very quick week because as we get bigger, obviously the slower that we're going to get. Now I got lots of great tips within this particular one because you may want to strategize your colors so that the colors land exactly where you want it to. Remember in the intro I told you that maybe you want to plan it. This is where you're going to want to do it. So for this week we're going to get you started, and without further ado, let's head on into the studio and let's get started right away. So let's play with the study of planet Earth, and I have all 10 balls here. Technically you only need 9, but I use a 10th in order to doctor the colors. What I would recommend, and again this is completely up to you, you'll notice that the Afghan consistently goes in color sequence. Now the best way to do that is to make sure that one ball jumps to the other ball within sequence. So you want to keep the sequence going so that you don't end up with a section of color that is barely in the Afghan so that it looks like it's going to be wrong. So you'll notice here you would think that the center would be blue, but if you can see that this is here, it's like this, so we know that there's green in there. So what I would recommend to you is dig your fingers into the center of the balls and pull up the colors that are right in the center so we can see that green is there. So I want you to do that for at least 9 of your balls, and you can determine what the starting color is by just opening up and just seeing if everything is in there. Because it's wound tightly is that you'll notice that the colors may be different as you're working your way through. So as I'm doing my very last one, now what I want to do is just line them all up so that I know which one is going to go in order. So if I know that the outside color is one color, I'm going to look for the next ball that has the next color that is associated to it. So this ball here can be number 1, this can be number 2. But what happens when you end up with a color that doesn't match? So what I'm gonna do here off camera is that I'm gonna grab my trusty marker and I'm gonna say this is number 1. So this is ball 1 because the blue on the outside of there matches the blue for here. So this is ball 2. And so the outside of this one is also blue. So is there another blue? Doesn't look like it, my friends. So what do we do when there's no ball that matches the outside? That's an easy one. Let me show you. So the outside ball of the other one of number 2 was blue. So the next one that I want to match has to be blue, but there is no ones that are in the middle that are blue. So what I'm gonna just do is dig in and pull out this green completely. Because it's in cake format, it's very easy to do, and pull out the green until it changes blue. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna leave this green off to the side, and when there's green in the pattern later on, what I'm gonna do when I get to the section of a green of another ball, I'm going to put this green with that other color green. And yes, it'll be longer in color strand, but the fact is that it will never look out of sequence, and that's pretty awesome. So then this ball would be number 3. So continue along, and so my green is the next color up. So do I have another green here? If not, I have to do the same thing, and what I'm doing is I'm looking for the green that is closest to the center so I can just match it all up completely. So that's how I would doctor my balls. So after going through my 10 balls that I have, this is all that I pulled out of the centers in order to have things match up. So every one of them has been labeled like so, and that I just have to look for the ones that are labeled earlier so that I can see. See how this orange then will jump to the orange of this middle one. Even though it'll be a longer colorway in this orange, it will never look out of place. Do not throw these out. You'll use these in order for you to finish off spaces, and the 10th ball is also used for you to be able to do that as well, so that you can pick and pull colors just in case things are not finishing where you would like them to do. So now that we've doctored our balls, I call it doctored our balls, we're going to start with our first ball, and let's get everything put away and let's start clue number 1. So as you begin clue number 1, what I want you to do is that I want you to start off with a fresh color. So it's absolutely this the start of a new color. So this is what I had to pull out of it in order to get there. So all I'm just gonna do not waste it, save it for later, put it in your box and save it with the rest of your yarn, so when you have this color you can do that. Just don't waste any yarn, you don't need to. So I want you to start with a fresh section of the ball, and therefore the middle of your particular Afghan, the study of planet Earth, will have the same color that will all match, so you don't end up with a really unusual color change right at the very beginning. So here's week number 1. There's a total of 7 weeks for this stitch along, and we're gonna be starting off in the very center just like you see here and get ourselves going. Now you're gonna be using Bernat Pop. We've already talked about our yarn. You needed 10 balls. If you are gonna substitute your yarn, you need about 2,800 yards in order to do that. So you'll need a 5.5mm size eye crochet hook, and with each one I put something fun that was interesting about planet Earth, as this was my model for being able to go. You have also the abbreviation key. You also have a set of instructions that you will see, and I have put certain notes, and so the colors of jumping from one ball to another and using extra balls in order to finish things have been marked here as well, and also working from the center of the ball, matching the outside colors I've also just covered. And beginning chain 3 at the beginning round counts as a double crochet front post in this particular week. So there's also a crochet diagram that we're gonna be doing 8 rounds today, and the 8 rounds are going to be giving us the look, and it's actually not hard, and we're gonna get started right away, and then we're gonna begin this. So let's begin. We're gonna be chaining 3. This does not count as a stitch. So you will notice that usually when you do this you go chain 4 and it's a 4 chain from the hook. I didn't want this to count. I wanted this to fill in the space so that you don't end up with any unsightly gaps right in the very center of your Afghan. So we're gonna chain up 3, and then we're gonna put 12 double crochets in around here, and then in the next round we're going to expand, and then we're gonna start doing the front and back posts in order to get the textured look that you see. So let's begin. Let's create a slip knot. This is considered easy to intermediate level depending on which pattern that we're working with within the stitch along. You'll notice that this is a great learning opportunity for you today. You're gonna chain 3 to begin. So 1, 2, 3, and as promised that is not a stitch. So going 3rd chain from the hook, I want you to put in 12 double crochets all the way around. So just go 1, so in the 3rd one away, and 2, 3, and 12. Once you have your 12, I want you to double count. So make sure that this chaining that you had does not count as one of them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Once you're satisfied, join it to the top of the first double crochet, not the chain space, not the chain, but the first double crochet, and pull nice and tight. And see, because I did that extra one that it did not count, you end up with a nice closed circle. So if you were burying in the yarn at this time, you can get rid of it at that time, at this time. And if not, just use a tapestry needle if you've not done that, or just pull out and retry again and bury it as you go. Let's move on to round number 2. So round number 2, we're gonna chain 2. Does not count as a stitch. Again, I want you to fill it, fills in the space on its own. So in each stitch all the way around, I want you to put in 2 double crochets in there. So 2 into each, so there will be a total of 12 sets of 2, giving you 24 stitches. So put another 2 in the next one and do that all the way around, please, for round number 2. Once you come all the way around, you'll notice that this is leaning over. That it's not a stitch. That's just part of the original stitch that you have. So I want you to join it to the top of the first double crochet, ignore that chain 2, and when you pull that together, see, nice and closed. Let's move on to number 3, and we're gonna start our texture, which is part of the whole point of this Afghan today. So what we have here is that the symbols here with the hooks are representing back and front posts, and you can see on the side here this is what they're meaning. So when the loop is turned this way, it is a back post double crochet. When it's turned the other way, it's a front post. So when you look at this one here, I'm going to have you join it in a way that will make the first chain an actual back post, or sorry, an actual front post double crochet, and then you want to apply another one to there. So then there will be 1 back post in the next one, and then 2 front posts in the next. So it's basically 1 and 2, 1 and 2 all the way around. So let's get ourselves started. The way I'm gonna start number 3 is unique, so just pay attention and let's begin. So what happens here, see if you pull it apart, this is the chain 2, ignore that. It's none of your business. Just stay out of that stitch because it's holding it from making it look like there's a gap. So coming to the first one of the 2, and I want you to slip stitch on the front side with the front post. So just going into the side of the post and slip stitch. So pull them through and through. And what that did is that just shifted you to use that front post instead. Now chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this chain 3 creates the look of a front post double crochet, and in that same post I want you to front post double crochet. So coming in from one side out the other on the front side of the project and just double crochet. So the next one here is going to be a back post double crochet. So wrap the hook, come from the back side out through the post and then pop it back out to the back and stay to the back and double crochet. So this particular round is basically, the next one is going to be 2 front posts double crochet into the same one, and then the next one, you guess it, it is a back post double crochet, and this is going to start the spoking effect right in the middle of your Afghan. So the next one is 2 front posts double crochet, and then next one, yeah, that's right, it's a back post double crochet. So please do that same thing going all the way around, and this is round number 3. When you come all the way around, the last stitch will be a back post double crochet, and that's nothing special. I'm just keeping it in line with the pattern count, and then what you're going to do is join it to the top of the first chain 3 and pull things nice and tight, and therefore you will have what appears to be 12 spokes. So look what's poking up. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. So once you have that done, we're now going to move on to round number 4. So round number 4, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna slip stitch to the front side again, and the first 2 stitches are each gonna be a front post double crochet, and we're going to expand the back post double crochet this time to putting 2 in there, so that it will be equal of 2 front post double crochet and 2 back post double crochet as we're expanding outward. So that's where we're gonna be paying attention. So 2 front post double crochets in a row, and then 2 back post double crochets in the same. Let's begin round. Okay, so let's begin. We're just going to wrap our hook into the front post of the chain 3 of the row below and pull through and through. So just poking it from behind, and then that will keep it looking like it's supposed to, and chain 3. So 1 2 3. So the next one is a front post, and we're gonna keep it as a front post, so make it a front post double crochet, and then the next one back here is a back post double crochet, and we're gonna put 2 of those back posts around the same post. So 1, and going again the second one into the same post, and that keeps it towards the back. So to reiterate, the first 2 here are gonna be a front post double crochet each, and the back posts you're gonna apply 2 back posts around the back post that is already there, and this will expand it equally going all the way around, and this is round number 4. Continue that same idea, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So once you come all the way around, the last one here is 2 back posts double crochet in the same one and just join it to the top of the chain 3. So round number 5, we're gonna expand again, and we're gonna expand again on the front post this time. So let's just come around and just sink your hook in to the front post, and just to do a slip stitch, chain 3, and that counts as a front post double crochet. And in the same one again, I want you to front post double crochet. So here is your sequence. So the next one, front post double crochet, is gonna stay as a front post double crochet, and the next 2 back post double crochet are going to stay as a back post double crochet. Okay, so the repeat pattern is about to start now. So the first one of the 2 of the front posts is gonna have 2 front post double crochets in it. So 1 and 2, and then the next one you're just gonna keep as a front post double crochet, and then the next 2 are a back post double crochet each. Okay, so the first one gets 2 front posts, then a front post, and then 1 back post into each of the others. So please continue that around. This is round number 5. So I'm coming up all the way around. The last 2 are 1 back post double crochet each. Nothing special, just keeping within the count. So you're just going to join it to the top of the first chain 3. So we're gonna do one more round like this, and then we're going to be expanding, we're going to continue then and get rid of the post work, and then it gets a little bit easier. So what we're going to do for round number 6 is the final. So I want you to slip stitch into the chain 3 in the front side, and slip and chain 3. So here is this unique one. So I decided that when I did this, I didn't want the groove depth to be any wider, so I kept just the top being wider. So the very next stitch is going to have 2 front post double crochet, and then the next front post double crochet, keep it as a front post double crochet. So if you're realizing, the first one is a front post double on its own, the middle one of the 3 has 2 front post double crochet, and then the third one has only 1. So the expansion is happening right in the center here, and what this is doing is, instead of leaning off and out, it's just gonna stay completely straight. So the next 2 are in the back post double crochets. They're already there. Just fill those in, back post double crochet each, And let's review one more time. So you have 3 front post doubles. The first one is one by itself, and the expansion is gonna happen in the second one. So you're gonna put 2 front post double crochet in the second one, and then 1 front post double crochet in the third one, and then the back post double crochet is 1 into each. So please do that all the way around for round number 6. So we're coming up all the way around on number 6, and we have our expansions. It's awesome. Life is good. You're going to then just join to the top of the first chain 3. Let's move along to round number 7. So we're almost done. You'll see it's nice and flexible, and this is a great texture so far. So it's like the centrifuge really. So we're going to chain up 1, and we're going to put 1 single crochet in the top of the first chain 3 space, chain 3. So 1 and then 2. So 2 into the top of that one, and I just want you to make sure that you're paying attention to all of the stitch work. So here's the next one, and so the next 5 in a row are each going to be 1 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And I want you to notice something. When I designed it, the first one that pops up, the front post double crochet, always gets 2 single crochets in it if you're keeping count. So 1 and 2, and then the next 5 are by themselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and guess what? The front post double crochet is next. So then that will have 2 and then 5 and then 2 and then 5. Please do that all the way around. This is round number 7, and only one more round to go for clue number 1. So I'm coming up to around to the end of round number 7. So we have a choice to make, and when I designed this, this is why I had the notes about controlling your colors with the 10th ball. So we're just going to join to the top of the first, or to the first single crochet. So let's look towards the ball that we have, because I bet you're looking at it now and thinking, there's not a lot of blue left. So now you have a choice to make, and let's make those decisions now. So we have a choice to make. I don't have enough blue to go around. I'm just experienced enough that I know. So what I'm gonna do here, and this is just my choice, and you can decide what works for you. If you want things to be randomized as they come out, you can do that as well. And I'm just gonna pull the remaining of this blue out, and I'm going to snip the blue. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna finish this blue here, and I'm going to save this for another time that I have blue, and I'll add it in then. So you know, sometimes manipulation is awesome. So I'm going to start off the next round as a fresh round, so that I don't end up with a color that is changing midway through. Because your eyes always go to the center of anything, right in the center of the Afghan, if it's gonna change anywhere that looks abnormal, your eyes are gonna go to it each and every time. It's just a guarantee. So save this for another time, and then get your ball ready for another color as we begin then the final round, number 8. So let's begin your final round, number 8, and you have some choices to make. The pattern states to where you joined. You can actually have it so that you can do a standing double crochet. I'm gonna show you a cheating technique as well, so that you can not accidentally look like you have a stitch left over. So what I want you to do is that join it right where the first one is, and you can either go in there, slip stitch, chain up 3, and that counts as your first double crochet, or you can do a standing double, and I'm gonna show you how to do that now. So put it onto the hook and pinch so it doesn't rotate, and wrap the hook once, and then going in to the stitch, pulling through, and then pull through 2 and 2, and that's a standing double crochet. So that's pretty awesome, right? So I buried it in as one, and I want to put another double crochet in there as well. So the next 6 double crochets are each 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, just like that. And now the next one has 2 in it, so that's your combination for this. So there's gonna be 2 into this one, and then 6 by itself, and then 2, and then 6, and then 2 and 6, and I want you to do that all the way around. I'm gonna show you how to finish off so that you can hide this opening gap that would appear if you were to do it normally. So I'll see you then, and remember it's 2 and then 6, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So as we come back around, the final 6 stitches are in, and I'm gonna show you a cheating technique. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now I'm technically done, but you see how it looks like there's an extra space, so when I go to join it there will always be a gap? I want you to change that 6th one. So watch, this is totally cheating, but it's awesome. So the last stitch, what I want you to do is treat that stitch plus this joining space as one. So wrap the hook and going into the final stitch, pull through 2 and hold. It's a 2 together. So then going into where it's joining, so just going into that join, pull through 2 and hold it, and then you're gonna pull through all 3. And what that's doing is it's filling in that space with color so that when you join it to the first standing double crochet or the first chain 3, it fills it in completely, so it's completely invisible. So what I want to do is that I want you to hold now, and I will see you next week. And just put this aside. If you want to do more than one, just grab some more yarn and let's continue, and we'll see you next week as we continue our stitch along together with you this summer. Okay, so did you finish week number 1? Hopefully that you did. So it's gonna get tougher as we go along, and now you've just learned how to grow your circle using the back post, front post in order to make the deep grooves. So we're gonna join me next week as we begin week number 2 of the study of Planet Earth. And I'd like to thank my friends on behalf of Yarnspirations as well here at the Crochet Crowd. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.